When was it? 1996, 97, I think. 1997. At the time, I believe I was still registered as a Republican in the United States. But I had been asked if I would assist with a meeting of Social Democrats that were having a regional conference for the very first time ever in the United States of America. And I was asked if I would help get together the food and help prepare an event during the conference. I had never been asked for anything like this, and I agreed. So I coordinated the food for all the meals that were had during the plenaries and during the conferences. And I coordinated an event out that went one way. And I remember at one point we were on the train going somewhere. They were socialist. Being in public transportation was actually part of the experience. And most of everybody was in the car in front of me, but I was in the car behind them because the other car was too full. And there were only like three or four of us. And the guys in the car in front of me started singing these old songs, these old socialist songs in Spanish, because it was a mostly Spanish speaking conference. And this train, you could hear it even over the din of the train in the underground. You could hear them singing. And it was this feeling of belonging and pride. And I resonated with it, even though politically we had differences. A couple years later, I'm on the board of directors of another organization. This one is identified as Jewish. It's against the occupation in Israel and Palestine. And I'm asked to provide the food. So I have two colleagues, and we make the food for the event. We get together an evening, and I worked in a restaurant at the time. So I was getting the people I worked with in the restaurant, who, by the way, had a very different political position than the people at the conference. But nonetheless, they catered the event, the entertainment event at a museum that was next to their restaurant. Everybody loved the food. Everybody, the only thing anybody agreed on was that the food was excellent. That was, what, 2003? It's 2020 now. 17 years later? I just find a contract that's a delivery on a revolving loan set up by a director at a county department of public health on TV, where she is she's coding a request for a bribe or a kickback into her conversation with the mayor pro tem while I'm in the office trying to get legal counsel. And I'm like, did they hook this up on me being here? When they say revolving loan, does that have something to do with having access to dependents of the United States military? Mind you, I'm 20 years plus past being considered a dependent. But somebody seems to have frozen me in time, because they like to try to access benefits connected to my father's military annuity based on the fact that I'm not allowed to make income. That was coming up on 3 years ago. I witnessed that. But she got her contract and she got the revolving loan. Rather, the city, where one of the major players in this whole arrangement is, got the loan. She's with the Department of Public Health. The city's the headquarters for the Centers for Disease Control. But they're getting together a food program to get small business assistance from the Department of Defense. Someone wants me to believe I failed.